What is on to go, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today, while I'm waiting for the cylinder to get sorted out there, I don't know if you've seen the video, things kind of went south on me there as far as the cylinder goes. So I gotta wait for a new one to come in. Hopefully Partzilla sends that right out and I can get that as soon as possible. But in the meantime, the show must go on. So I'm going to move on to the wheels behind me. So I'm gonna take the tire off, take the tube out, and then I'm gonna put it on my in my vise just to see if the rim is trueable, just to see if I gotta order a new rim or not. So I'll get started right now doing that. All right, well, I got it all busted apart here now. So I got the tire off and I got the rotor off. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, I don't have a truing stand. So the way I true rims is I put the shaft in the vise here and then put the hub on it and just turn it. And I use something on here just to see if the rim's out of whack. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Mount it up on the vise. So I've got it all rigged up here, and some of you might be thinking about the side-to-side shift, and I've never ever had this thing shift anywhere. If you turn it sensibly, it doesn't go anywhere on the shaft. I know truing stands have the little pieces here, the little cone-shaped pieces to go in there to make it not move, but I've never had anything move on here. So I'm looking at the, I don't know if I can get this or not. I'm looking at the little piece I put there, and I spin the rim, and there is not a whole lot of variance. So I'm gonna flip the rim around and see if there's a dent on the other side. I'm mostly looking for dents, because if you have a dent in these, they are almost impossible to true. And I'm talking about a dent where it's like you hit a tree or something and the rim squishes out. So I had that on my 125, and I tried to true it, and I got it pretty close, but it was just a nightmare to true. So that's what I'm going to check right now. I'm going to flip it around. All right, I got it flipped around here. So what I look for is I just put that piece right up against the rim, and you just look for, like, if it touches it, it's no big deal. You're looking for like a huge bump that'll send it like out probably 5 to 10 millimeters or something like that. But I think the variance or the tolerance is 2 millimeters. So, and this is a dirt bike, so you don't have to be like, it's not like a street bike where you have to be perfect, because this is just going on dirt. So if you spin it around and you see that little bit of variance, I mean, that's not a big deal. So I should be able to save this rim. So now that I got that all determined, so now I'll try and see if I can get the, I'm going to try and get them out of here without having to cut them. So I'll put the little bit in the impact and see if I can get them out of there without destroying them. So what you saw me doing there was just putting some penetrating oil all over the spoke nipples there. So I'm hoping to get these all in one piece, because I'm going to need them for the painting process for the rims here. So I'm hoping to get them all out in one piece and not have to cut them, but we'll see. I got this all out now. So I got the hub here. I got the rim, which looks decent enough to keep. I'll have to recheck it because I've found cracks in these before, so I'll have to look. But the spokes come out okay, and sometimes when you have a nipple that is kind of seized on the spoke, what I had to do on one is clamp it with a set of like vice grips. So you clamp it here with the vice grips, and then you're able to pull it out a little easier, because it was spinning right in the hub like that. So I had to back it up with a vice grip. So now I'll probably move on to getting the wheel bearings out of here. So the trick to getting these wheel bearings out is first of all a good punch. So what I did is I found an old 3/8 breaker bar, and I cut the head off it and kept the edge sharp, so that when you've got it inside, it'll catch that bearing, that inner race, nice and easy. And you can use it to cock the spacer sideways. So I'll show you what I mean by that. So when you got these out and you're ready to take the bearings out, let's see if I can get it in focus here. Down at the end there, that's the bearing, that little lip down there. So the rest of it is all just a spacer. So what you can do is just pull it like this, and sometimes it'll cock it sideways a little bit for you, just so you can get a good hit. So you can see the difference now. You see how there's a little bit more area to hit there. So you want to go back and forth, side to side, or if you can, go all the way around and hit all the way around. I'll rig the camera up here so that you can see kind of how I do it. So you are for sure going to need like a couple of 2x4s or something like that. And reason for that is when you hit the bearing out, you're going to need somewhere for it to go. So first step, I guess, is I'll grab a screwdriver and get these seals out. Careful not to stick it all the way in and score up the inside of the hub there. I'm gonna adjust this a little better. There we go. This may shake the camera, I'm not sure. Trying new angle here, so sorry if it does. Like I said, a good punch works wonders. So now I've got the lip over here on this side, so I'll make sure I got room for the bearing to come out, which I do. So I'll cock it to this side and then give it a smack with the hammer, and then go to the other side and then give it a smack with the hammer, and just kind of work it out. The spacer should kind of cooperate with you there, so. And it doesn't usually just jump out for you. You got to kind of work it back and forth for a little bit. Don't go too far down on one side, or you'll cock it inside the hub, and then life gets miserable. So there, the bearing came out. Let's see if I can see if I got that in focus there. So there's the one side of the bearing, and as you can see, it's all starting to get rusty in there, so it's probably a good thing I'm changing them. And then there's the spacer there. So on the other side, it's just it's actually even easier. If I really wanted to, I could probably I could probably get my bearing puller, but since I'm already set up here to do it this way, I'll just pop it out like this. And once this spacer is out, life gets a little bit easier. So there it is, one bearingless hub. So that was easy enough. So now I haven't quite ordered these yet, so I'm definitely going to hang on to these, because if I absolutely had to, I could probably clean these bearings out and repack them with grease. But like, I don't want to, but if I absolutely had to, I would. So I usually hang on to this stuff. So now just a matter of going on to clean up this hub, and then it'll be ready for the paint I'm going to do to it. So it's a few days later. I've done a little bit of work to the front hub, and I did a little bit of inspection of the front rim. Usually I like to inspect right here where it joins up and look for cracks. The rim seems pretty straight. I determined that on the bench there. So I'm going to bust the back tire part now and see if that rim is just as good. If it is, I'm gonna see how much it is to get these rims powder coated. If it's gonna be too expensive, then I might as well just order brand new rims. All right, well, I got this all broke down to just the wheel here. I got the gear off, which I'm gonna replace because this is a 52 tooth, and oh, there we go. It's a 52 tooth. I don't want that. I want a 48. I think that's stock. That'll give you more wheel speed. This will give you more torque. So I don't want that. I want wheel speed. And I got a new one of these. I got a new rotor to put on it. So now I'm just gonna throw the shaft in the vise there and see if this rim's any good. So we got the rim in the vise here. So now just spinning it, I can tell that there's no big bends in it. So, and it's not doing that a whole lot. So I think this will be a trueable rim. So I got a quote back from the powder coater, and it is much less than new rims. So I'll probably just use these rims, clean them up good, and send them off for powder coat. And I was kind of trying to get the spokes out here, but I think I'm just going to cut them out because, like, you can see that's loose. And it's not really turning inside there, and I'm having trouble even backing it up with the vice grips here. It's not turning for me, so I'll just cut them out. I've ordered a new set from Rocky Mountain there anyway, so they just got them back in stock, so I ordered them right away. So I'll just set the grinder up, cut the spokes off. There we go, I got it all cut apart now. So now, just like the front one, take the bearings out of the hub now. So a big difference between the front hub and the rear hub is the rear hub has this retaining ring. So you pop the seal out, and then it has a retaining ring that you take out. Make your life easier, order one of these, because this is the tool that goes into the retaining ring, and you can pull it out like that. And the second difference is this side here has two bearings in it. So I'm probably gonna knock out the side with one bearing in it, and then take the spacer out, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, because you got to knock them out both at the same time. So, and then I'll have a good solid hit on the two bearings, We'll get to that right now. So I'll just pull the seals out, and then I'll take that retaining ring out. So it's the same thing on this one. You want these, don't have to be 2x4s, but something for the bearing to fall. Because if you just smack on it, it'll just hit the flat surface you're hitting, and the bearing won't come out, and you'll damage the surface, whatever you're trying to take it out on. Alright, got the seals out. So now, you put your retainer tool in, and hopefully it'll just come out like this. So off camera, I tried my bigger impact there. Before I screw everything up, I'm gonna take the double bearings out first, and then I'm gonna have to cut this ring out because it's seized in there. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but these bearings like aren't even barely moving. I don't know, you might be able to hear it. They're crunchy and sounds like everything's scraping. So this has been quite a challenging build, just taking it apart, because everything's just so old and seized in there. So I'll try and get the bearings out, and then I might be able to just get my little Dremel tool and just cut that, hopefully without damaging the threads too much. Just gotta keep alternating sides I'm hitting here. There's one, I think. Yeah, there's one. Oh, there's two. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I'll show you why that was like that, because if you look at that spacer and it's just rusty, and just, I don't know how long ago this was done, but if it was ever done, like, that's just super rusty. And it was hard to cock it sideways and then get a good hit on the inner races. So sometimes you'll run into that. I mean, this bike's like 20 years old, so yeah, it's all rusty inside there. So I got to clean that out. But I'm definitely going to have to work on getting this out, because that is really stuck in there. I don't know how I'm going to get that out. So holy crap, I forgot to film it. Sorry about that, but I did manage to get the retaining ring out, and boy oh boy, I had to cut it up with the Dremel, and I had to beat it into pieces to get it out. So now my worry is, like the threads are damaged enough just from trying to take it out with the tool there. All right, so now we'll get hopefully the other bearing out without any headaches. Let's have a look here. I hit there. Yeah. There's no cuts there, so okay, that's seems to be the toughest spot right here where I'm hitting it. It is coming out, so that's good. Man, oh man. Wonder how long those have been in there. If they've ever been out. It definitely looks like OEM bearings, so they might have been in there for 20 years, who knows. So unfortunately, that's where I'm going to have to end the video without reinstalling the bearings, because I'm just going to go ahead and order new hubs because the threads are pretty damaged on this one from getting the retaining ring out. I think I could fix it, but I'm just going to go ahead and order new hubs. And also I'll link a good video on how to install these bearings, since I'm not going to be able to do that because I think the new ones I ordered come with everything installed.